Hi, everyone. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing a spirit love message reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see here what the cards have to say. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Okay, so we have, of course, the one that turned over is the Page of Swords. We are crowned by the King of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords, we have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Magician. These are all reversed, which I know doesn't make everybody happy, but they they are conveying a very powerful message. So with the King of Pentacles reverse, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you are earth sign energy or earth sign energy is in your chart, your practicality can be getting in the way. So just be mindful about this during this time. We can sit there and be really focused on kind of like, yeah, the number aspect of it, especially also with the Page of Swords reverse, but just being so absolutely practical that the imagination comes out. So just be mindful about that, especially in a relationship where we need to have that kind of like give and take, that push and pull back on connection and romance and love and passion and power. It doesn't matter what type of love relationship we're talking about. It does matter here that we can be a little bit too practical with things, and that could be very overwhelming. We need to get out of our own heads. With the Eight of Swords reverse, we are getting out of our own heads. We are getting out of our own way, but it is going to be something that is a little bit difficult for us during this time. We can tend to overthink. We can tend to overanalyze. Then we're kind of going to be pulled back and be like, oh, I'm too much in my own head right now. It's like, oh man, I'm overthinking this. I'm putting this from this person onto that person, type of thing. And it can be just a little bit too intense. So being mindful about this is going to be super, super important because with the Seven of Wands, we're also tired of constant fighting. We are so tired of constant fighting in our relationships. We want there to be harmony. We want there to be peace. We want to stand up for what we believe in, absolutely. But we do not want to always feel like we have to be on guard. Now, with the Magician reverse, we need to see our own magic. We are waiting a lot right now for other people to see us and validate us, which is nice. I mean, it's always nice to be seen and validated by outside people, but we need to see and validate ourselves. We need to stand before the altar of our existence, claiming our power, our tenacity, our beauty, and our brilliance. And that is going to be some of the most powerful things we can do for ourselves in our relationships and in love. Because once we start seeing ourselves and letting ourselves shine, we will also start seeing and letting the person that we are with shine as well. Or they'll just kind of like, get mad and walk away because we'll be shining and doing our own thing. With the Page of Swords reverse, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we are air sign energy, if we have air sign energy in our chart, we can be very harsh with our words. So just being mindful about that with an air sign energy reverse and just with this Page of Swords being reversed, we can be very cutting and very biting in a way that children can be, where it's like, well, you don't say that. Like, that's not cool, but they haven't learned that yet. So just being mindful about this during this time. We can also have a lot of insecurities that we have had from childhood be coming up during this time, making us feel small, making us feel insignificant. We're not listening to our own voice. We're not connecting with spirit the way that we need to. And so that can be really messing with us and the way that we need to move forward in love and in compassion. Now, let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a shamrock in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sundays. So check out on Sunday to see if you are one of the lucky winners. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have centered reversed. We're not feeling very centered. We need to focus on what we want in love and who we are in love and how we handle things with love. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be super, super important, especially if we're dealing with somebody who's knocking us off our center, who is being too practical or too biting, and when spirit says too practical, it means that it's like here are all these things that are wrong. Like, here are all these ways that we have to do things, and we're not taking any of the emotion into consideration. So being aware of that is going to be important. We need to center ourselves. We need to ground ourselves. It moves us to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show them clearly. Guide this reading. And this is self mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. We need to listen to our gut. This is reversed. We are going to be having really clear messages coming through. This can also be very important when it comes to food, when it comes to seeing what, food and energy sources your body likes, what food and energy sources your body doesn't like. And when I say energy sources and spirit says energy sources, we can be drinking, drinks with maybe a lot of caffeine in it or a lot of sugar or something like that. And our body just doesn't like it. So this is going to be a time where we need to listen to our bodies and listen to ourselves. And as we do so, we are going to start to see that we master ourselves. As much as we are forever changing and evolving and growing, we are also mastering ourselves and moving forward in that mastery. But note that there's also a blockage in our solar plexus chakra in a way that we trust our gut when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships. We can be going back to, certain patterns that have formed since we were little, and it has to do around control around money, right? And also a not so nice, abusive way of speaking that we heard growing up. And it's like, well, isn't that how one expresses love? And it's like, no, it's not. So just be aware of this during this time. And also a kind of power hold that can be done where it's like this person has the power. We don't, well, we might be the one with the power, but there's a power imbalance that is really being used manipulatively. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. Let's see what we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah, this is the Queen of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A lot of people are coming up, albeit three people energies that have come up. We can also see that in a relationship where it's like, two's company, three's a crowd type of thing, or that there's going to be different elements added in where it's not just the two of you, right? It's not just between the two of you, it's between you and somebody else. Now that can be, an in-law, that can be a friend, that's just going to be an outside source. And I see this as being somebody who is rather fiery. They have a bad temper, and they have a way of just, kind of overstepping. It's overstepping and flaming, and yeah, like fanning the flames. That's it. Fanning the flames so that little things become bigger things, because they're like, well, how could they possibly do that to you? So just being mindful about this during this time is going to be super, super important. With the King of Pentacles reverse, we also have to see, what are we nurturing? What do we want from our relationships and for ourselves as we are moving forward? Like, what seeds are we planting, and how is this growing? How are we growing? How are we nurturing what it is that we want? Does the relationship promote growth and connection, or is it stunted in one way or another? So being aware of this is going to be very, very, very important for ourselves. The Eight of Swords reversed is getting out of our own head and getting out of our own way. The Eight of Swords is worry, doubt, and fear. I always equate this to Miss Havisham in Great Expectations, who died in the wedding dress that she was jilted at the altar in, because that was her whole existence, was pain and sorrow. But if we look at it, not necessarily to that extreme, because we do know people who live like that, but maybe not so well crafted as Dickens did it. But here, there is a sense with the Eight of Swords. It's also worrying and intrusive thoughts, what you are afraid of. And because you are afraid of it, your brain doesn't know, oh, you're afraid of, bears, right? You're afraid of whatever coming for you type of thing, like crossing a bear or something like that. So I'm just going to worry about this. I'm going to be hyper alert about this. But we could be worried, and we're most likely worried in our world about things that aren't so specific, or that we don't have to be so hypervigilant about. And so the worrying and obtrusive thoughts are our brains trying to keep us safe, but it's making us feel like I just can't get ahead, because it's always there. It's always right in the forefront of my mind that they're going to leave, or something's bad's going to happen, or this isn't going to work out, or I'm always going to be alone, or, whatever it is. And so here it's breathing and it's releasing. It's saying, okay, I can see me moving forward, and I'm okay. because we're stopping with the fighting. There's also an energy here. Wherever I have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Wands reverse is like having a clenched fist. This is exhausting. My hand is exhausted, and it has only been a little tiny bit. So here with the Seven of Swords reverse, it's releasing that clenched fist. It's releasing the energy that I have to hold tight, the battles that I constantly have to have. Now, if this is in the relationship and this is with another person, it's like, okay, this isn't cool anymore. Also, if we have to be hyper vigilant with, what we say and how we say it and how we act and everything like that, that's just not going to be good for us either. So with the Seven of Wands reversed, we are letting certain things go. We're still standing up for ourselves, yes, but we are not always, having to be on guard. And that's going to be really important when it comes to our relationships, because we have learned from a young age or in an early love that we had to be on guard. We had to be on guard, and we forgot our own magic. With the Magician reversed, we forgot our own magic. We forgot how to stand before the altar of our existence and claim our power and claim our beauty and claim what we desire in our lives. We forgot our magic somewhere along the way, and we're claiming it back. This is about seeing our voice again, finding our voice again, seeing ourselves again, and knowing that we can move forward in love in the most brilliant and prosperous of ways. If we're in a relationship, this is also about, kind of stepping out of worry and doubt and fear, but ruts. Like, how we get into relationship ruts and finding our magic again. Because once we find our spark, then all of a sudden the relationship starts to sparkle. Everything starts to become just a little bit more beautiful. And we're going to see that we need to embrace our voice, cut through doubts and fears and negativity. But we also need to say what we need to say. It's like, even to ourselves, like, this is how I need to be loved, or this is what I want from love, or this is where I need to be for me. And that's going to be a game changer, because it's going to start to connect you with spirit. Because for one reason or another, we're cut off from our throat chakra. And spirit's like, no, connect with that throat chakra, connect with your voice, see yourself moving forward. Our subconscious spirit message is blissful. It is time to fill our hearts and souls with bliss, and it is time to move forward in love. Our subconscious chakra message is holistic health, and this is the root chakra. We need to listen to our bodies, listen to our hearts, listen to our souls, listen to how to fill us up with love and how to move forward in love. The holistic health is embracing the health of our body, mind, and spirit, our soul, and ourselves. And it brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is Virgo energy reverse, but the Hermit is also, so we can be needing to be mindful of Virgos, yes, but this is also not wanting to turn inward when the Hermit is reversed, and to be mindful of. It's like, I want to find it externally and not internally. So it's turning inward and it's seeing, what am I longing for? What do I love? What do I want? How do I need to move forward for me? It brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, and it's the Two of Swords reversed. Now, the Two of Swords reversed is stubbornly thinking it has to be one way or another. It has to be A or it has to be B. And Spirit is telling us, no, it doesn't. It's going to be different than we had expected. Love and the way that we move forward in love and the way that we connect with love and what we think we can say we want from love and what we think we can't say we want from love is starting to change within us. And we're going to start to see ourselves rethinking what we thought we wanted, rethinking what we thought we'd take from another person. And this is going to be a time where we find ourselves stepping forward in a much more confident, determined way. And it's not necessarily mirroring the relationships that we've seen in our lives. And that's okay. Because we can think like, oh, my parents had this type of relationship, and my aunts or my uncles or my grandparents had this type of relationship, and that's what I'm going to do. And here it can be, it looks a bit different, and that's okay. It's okay to move forward in love in different ways. And even if we want a traditional love, it's okay to also say what we want and not fall into the same fighting patterns of our parents and everything like that. So just being aware of this is going to be very freeing. Yeah. And it's not always so very, very black and white. All right. Well, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.